This is my cheat sheet for Tuesday, January the 24th. Updates on several things this morning. First of all, the iPad 3. It is crystal clear at this point. You will have 4G LTE speed. So the one big disappointment from my perspective, and I think many others, is that the network capacity for it was just the 3G. Apple ended up doing that on the iPhone 4S so it could get on all of the networks it wanted to, all three of them, because AT&T nor Sprint had 4G LTE capability at the point of that launch. Now that everybody's building it out, all those three, no worries. It will have 4G LTE capacity, and the delivery date, look for it no later than mid-April. So that by the time we hit tax day, you should have in your hands an iPad 3 if you so desire. The announcement could come sometime early February or so about the iPad 3. And an update on Apple's iTextbooks. This is something that I'm a huge proponent of, whether it's Apple or somebody else. Just the idea that we change the way that we communicate with kids in schools in a way that they're used to learning, seeing, and that they will retain more information. The early returns are extremely positive. Inside of the first 4 days, iTextbooks, since its launch, has more than 350,000 downloads so far of those textbooks. And it looks like they will easily cross the 500,000 mark before this week is up. So Apple just may have something. And if they can get school districts around the country to start latching on, well, then you have the revolution on your hands that Apple was talking about last Thursday. Let's take a look at an update on Nokia and Microsoft. I've called this their last stand in smartphones. Their Windows 7 phone that they just released, the Lumia, their early returns look positive there as well. More than 1 million units have shipped so far, and that's certainly not Apple numbers that we're talking about here, but it could be enough to get them to pass in short order the horrible sales these days of Research Emotions BlackBerry. You know, the universe is only so big for so many smartphone companies, but with Research Emotion on the way out, this could be that opportunity with what is a pretty good product for Nokia and Microsoft to be able to make its move. All right, we're going to hear a lot about mortgages, about the housing crisis, Fannie and Freddie this week with Republican presidential candidates in town. Certainly Mitt Romney has been hammering Newt Gingrich's prior experience consulting Fannie and Freddie. Well, Fannie and Freddie consulted the U.S. yesterday. It does not look like we're going to have any deal anytime soon on principal write-down of mortgages. This is something I talked about last week as part of a grand deal, a last settlement of sorts with the big banks. Fannie and Freddie are saying that it would cost more than $100 billion from you and me, additional taxpayer dollars, to be able to engage in the principal write-downs that they would be liable for, let alone what the banks would have to eat. So in other words, unless we're willing to cough up more than $100 billion more, which by the way, I'm not, it's not going to happen anytime soon. So we can strike that one off the list. Some of the other items on the table still may happen. That is the cheat sheet for today. Enjoy yours. We'll see you tomorrow.